So I hope everyone is able to hear me and everyone is able to see my screen. I think I got a confirmation. Guys, everyone is able to hear me clearly and able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So yesterday what we discussed is, we run all the programs whenever we trigger a payment event, something like whenever I trigger a order, then with the workflow, we were able to push the order to the queues and every queue processed individual. Every queue is processed individual. So I was able to achieve event-driven architecture. What I was able to achieve the event-driven architecture, I posted a message to the queue, but not to a queue. I posted the message to a particular workflow system. That workflow system used to broadcast the message to all the queues which are bounded to that particular workflow. We no need to mention q1.send, q2.send, q3.send, q4.send like that individually. We no need to send the messages to individual queues. Okay. Individually, we no need to send the message to individual queues here. Understand? If we send a message to workflow, which is going to broadcast the message to all the queues. So that is a point I explained here. Before I proceed further, any questions anyone so far?
Sir, one question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, whenever broadcasting workflow, how workflow will be identified? This is specific SMS, this is specific email, this is specific like so and so. How it will identify, sir?
It will not identify, sir. We need to
Then,
define.
then how? Yeah, for example, yeah, we need to identify and push it configuration.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, sir.
Okay.
Actually, you told this one. Yeah, so yeah, that's fine, sir.
You got it? Yeah. Sir, you got it?
Yeah, got it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. No. In any of the situation, Vinod.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes you need to send a message to a single queue.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to send a message to more than one queue. Sometimes you need to send a message to all the queues.
Okay.
That which one you need to take is depends on your business requirement. For example, you want to send a message to only a single queue. You will only bind that particular queue only to that workflow. Then you will take a direct exchange. If you want to configure 2 or 3 queues, not all the queues, only that 2 or 3 queues you will add here. And whenever you send a message here, that 2 or 3 queues will send it. No. I have 10 queues are there. I want to send a message to all the 10 queues. That time I'll create a fan out exchange. And whenever I send a message to this exchange, it will send to all queues. Which one you need to take depends on.
Sir, sorry for interrupt. Sir, whenever we are going to send that message to all queues, that same message in all queues, sir, is it correct? Same message only.
Yes, same message to all the queues. Because in my case, order object. In my case, what is that actually? Order object. Okay. What I need here, order ID, I need it. Only order ID I need it, or some basic details I need it. So that in email service, I'll look up the order table, and from the order table, I'll get the customer email ID. I'll send an email. Shipment service, I'll look up the order table shipment data. I'll start my shipment. SMS service, I'll look up the order table. I'll get the customer. And stock table, I'll look up the inventory and I'll start processing of the inventory. So it all depends on whatever the primary keys are the main entities. In my case, I created a this one, right? DTO class. I created DTO class, and this DTO class is created by me, which is suitable for all classes. I'm sending a small message, a small class with this data, and I'm sending to everyone so that whatever the service I need, I'll read only that, I'll take care actually. Clear?
Yeah, clear, sir. Order is the okay, which will having all. Yeah, okay, sir. Got it. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Any other question, guys, so far? Right. Now, what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to explain this now. I will change the workflow without disturbing my order service. That is the intention. First of all, the main intention of this entire event-driven architecture, I can also achieve the same use case. Sir, same use case without event-driven architecture, I can achieve like this. In order service, I'll call stock service. In order service, I can call email service. In the order service, I can call SMS service. In the order service, I can call shipment service. I can also achieve the same use case without event-driven architecture. But the purpose of we take event-driven architecture is to achieve a loosely coupled architecture. Order service should not know. It should call stock service. It should call email service. It should call SMS service. It should call pay shipment service. Right? Order service should not know that these services it should call. I want to achieve a loosely coupled architecture. Order service responsibility is only push the data to the queue. That's it. Push the data to the workflow. My order service role is over. And remaining role will be taken care by my workflow system that will send the message to all the queues, and every queue will take the data from the queue. I mean, every service will take the data from the queue, it will process. Right? Yes. Now I want to just like I'll run the code again. All the services are up. Now stock service is over. What are the services I started? Workflow order stock. Okay. Emails. Let me one by one. Shipment. SMS. So let me clear everything. I'll clear all the consoles. SMS service, shipment service, email service.
Sir, Eureka server is not required here to register all microservices.
It's you can, sir. Already I have 6 microservices. If I add one more gateway and all those things, right? My system will be little bit already 16 GB RAM. If I run 6 services, right? Complete memory is occupied. That's why I have not used. But you can in real time, yes, every service is registered through Eureka, right, sir? You will route through that only. Okay. So Eureka will be connected only through order service. That's only order service because these services I don't require here because it's registered, but I'm not, I mean, these services are not communicated through Eureka. Where email service, how it is going to communicate, sir? I am watching to that queue and it will process automatically. There's no need to register. But if you want to externalize, if someone is calling you from outside world, then only they need to register. Here in this case, I can only register your order service because that is the only exposing outside. And once order payment is completed, all these are the background. Understand, sir? It's a very good question. I'm sorry. I hope you got clarity, right? Yeah. Now order service, everything is cleared. Let me go to Postman. Now order processing post payment. Yesterday I explained, but let me repeat here. Order service controller, order processing post payment, and I'm sending this order object. I'm sending this order object to this particular workflow. I'm sending the order object to this particular workflow. What is my data here? Order ID, email ID, product ID, mobile number, shipper, shipment status, zip code, everything. Now I'll click on that. Message sent to RabbitMQ successfully. Now you saw here one by one, I'll show you. One by one, we'll see here. First one is workflow is not required, order service. So it is making a connection to RabbitMQ. At runtime, it will make a connection to RabbitMQ. And I'll use it RabbitMQ connection because it should send the message to workflow, right? This is a Spring Boot beauty is before it will not make a connection. At runtime, it will make a connection. Because Rabbit connection little bit costly, like database connection only. At runtime, it will, whenever you make that time, it will make a connection. And we are not writing a code for that. Enable auto scan will take care in the Spring Boot. Okay. So we'll keep it here. Successfully processed stock update for the order ID 103. Order ID 103. Product ID 2. Order ID 103. Product ID 2. So stock service is processed. Next, email service. Successfully sent email for the order 103. Email ID vishwanath@gmail.com. Order ID 103. Vishwanath@gmail.com. Next. Shipment service. Successfully started the shipment service 103. Zip code is 5,37,000. Right? Next. SMS service. Successfully send the customer for the order ID 103, mobile number, whatever the mobile. So I was able to communicate. Just I posted one event. That event is sending the communication to different microservices, and different microservices are able to connect. Now order service, whatever I mentioned, right? In this case, order service doesn't know that. Is it going to call stock service? Is it going to call email service? Is it going to call SMS service? Is it going to call shipment service? Order service functionality is only a small code I wrote. Very small code I wrote here. Send a message. That's it. Very small functionality I wrote here. Send a message. Once the message is sent, my order service duty is over. My order service duty is over. And remaining things will be taken care by the workflow system. Now, I explained this much yesterday itself, right? Okay. Now all my services are running, sir. All my services are running. Okay. What I need now? What is the change I need, guys? I don't want to call stock service in the flow. In the flow, I don't want to call the stock service. I want to call within shipment service. Within shipment service, I want to call. Once the status is shipped, then only update the stock service. Otherwise, don't update the stock service. So as of now, what I'm doing here, blindly in order service only, I'm calling stock service. Because in the workflow, I added stock service, all the other services, right? Now, what I need to do here, I need to remove the stock service from the workflow. And I need to call that stock service in the shipment service. Within the shipment service, I need to call it. Only when the condition is if the status is shipped, then only it will call. Otherwise, it will not call. Something like that. Okay. Now, if we go with the regular architecture, I need to stop the order service. Order service, if I stop, it will impact. So that's a tightly coupled architecture. That's why what we are doing here, we are going to change. What things I need to change here? Without impacting order service. I don't want to stop my order service. But I want the change in the flow. I want the change. What is the change here? I will remove the stock service from the workflow system. I need to invoke that stock service from the shipment service. That's the only change I need to do that. Now, any idea, guys, as part of your knowledge, what services I need to stop, in which services I need to add the code, which services I need to start it? Any idea? Just one small guess. Anyone? Let me ask my question back again. If I want to achieve that in this particular project, which service you need to stop first? Where you need to write the code? Which service you need to start it? What are not, main intention is, I don't want to stop order service, except that anything you can do. Any idea, guys? As of now, any idea by anyone? Is my question is clear to everyone, guys? Sir, is my question is clear to everyone?
Can you just explain the requirements?
Yeah. The purpose of requirement is, now I sent a order like this. Okay. Which is sending a message to all the queues. In that, I don't want to do that. What I want here, I don't want to call the stock service in the workflow. I want to invoke the stock service only after the shipment is completed. Okay. Yes, Devendra is mentioned. First one is, we need to stop the stock service. Is that correct actually? Do we need to stop stock service?
We can just unbind the queues and then change in the system and then create a new one. So,
I'm really sorry, I'm not able to hear properly, but that's fine. At a high level, I got it. So what Devendra is mentioning is, we need to stop the stock service. Sorry. We need to call the stop service and it invoke from the shipment service.
Sir, we can create one more exchange and we have to deregister the stock service which we have in the existing one from the existing one, and the shipment service is also producing one event to the newly created exchange, and order service would be means the stock service
Exactly.
should be consumed.
Exactly. So perfect answer, guys. Everyone should understand this. It's 100% correct answer. Okay. We need to register a new workflow. And what we need to do here, we need to shift the load. Stock service, we need to convert into shipment service. Okay. Let me repeat, guys. We need to create a different exchange. What that exchange should contain? My intention is once the shipment is completed, then only stock service should continue. I need to remove the current workflow. Okay. So we no need to stop stock service, guys. We no need to stop stock service because it's a confusion, right? It's for everyone. It's a confusion. Even at my place also, I cannot, first time I didn't understand. Once you wrote a code, once you got the idea, then only you'll understand. It's complex flow. Okay. Right. So what I mean to say that here, I need to only stop workflow service. I need to only stop shipment service. These are the two services only I need to only impact it. Workflow service, shipment service. And if I stop these two, do I have an impact to my business? No major impact. No major impact because I need to change the logic in shipment only, right? Customer is asking to change the logic in shipment. So obviously I need to stop it. Workflow is internal to me, customer not aware of the structure. So no major business impact here. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, we'll see one by one. Okay. In workflow service, what I need to do here, I need to remove this particular binding, guys. Stock binding, email binding, SMS binding, shipment binding. We have these bindings, right, guys? We need to remove these bindings. Okay. Typically, we need to remove this binding. So what I'll do here, I will only stop. See here, guys. I will only stop workflow now. I'm stopping workflow service. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do first thing is, I will remove this binding. As of now, commenting here. Stock queue, I am removing the binding from the payment exchange so that my payment exchange workflow only contain email queue, SMS queue, shipment queue. Okay. But what is my next change here? I need a way. Stock service should need the data, right? I need a way, right? What I'll do here, I will create one more exchange. Okay. I can do still fan out exchange. What I can call here, stock exchange, I'll take here. Okay. Stock exchange, I will define the workflow, guys. I defined a workflow that's a stock exchange. Okay. What I'm going to write here, I'm going to define only one queue. Stock binding, stock exchange. So what I am doing here? Here we are creating new workflow where stock queue should receive an event so that it can process the inventory. So what I did here, I created a one more workflow, and to that workflow I binded. I binded the stock service, stock queue to this particular stock exchange. I binded this particular thing here. What I did here, I unbinded the current stock queue from the current exchange. I don't want to bind this particular stock queue to the payment exchange. I remove the binding and I put a new workflow and I bind it to that new workflow. Okay, sir, I will take any question, sir. First, let me explain for 15 minutes, guys. After that, I'll take all the questions. Okay, because it will miss the flow, guys. My humble request, next 15 minutes, please don't ask any questions. I will take all the questions once this explanation is over, because confusion will come. Okay, so it's my humble request to everyone. Now, what I did here, let me repeat here. I am removing the stock binding from the current workflow. That is payment exchange workflow. I remove the stock binding. I created a new binding where stock, because stock should receive a data, right? Stock service should receive a data, right, for me. That's why I created a one more binding. That is my workflow. After that, I'll go to shipment service. That's it. My workflow is over. After that, I'll go to my shipment service. I'll stop the shipment service because I need to do the change in shipment only, right? I'll go to shipment service. Within shipment service, once the order receives the shipment is received, right? What I'm doing here, in that, I will write my code here. If order object dot shipment status is shipped, order object dot shipment status is shipped, please send a message to stock exchange. This is what the workflow I defined, right? This is what the workflow I defined, right? What I'm sending here, I'm sending this particular workflow and the same order object I'm sending here. Here I am processing this one. So what is the intention here? If shipment is completed, then only invoke stock service. If shipment is not done, don't invoke the stock service. Stock service should receive, stock service should be called, or I mean stock queue should be receive an event, should receive an event only shipment is complete. So what I did here, I added a code in the my what is it, shipment service. Once I know that my shipment is completed, then I am explicitly sending that particular order to a new workflow. My payment exchange workflow is done, a new workflow, so that whatever I defined in the new workflow, only stock. So what is that actually? shipment send the data to the stock and stock service will continue. I no need to disturb the stock service. I no need to disturb the stock service. Why I no need to disturb the stock service? What is I wrote in stock service? What is I wrote in stock service? Hey, some item will come to stock queue. Some item will come to stock queue. I'll process. I don't matter whether order service is giving me, workflow service is giving me, shipment service giving me. I don't care. I no need to stop the stock service also because no impact for me, no code change I need. No code change I need in the stock service. I only wrote a code who sends the data to stock queue. Whether workflow will send it, order service will send it, shipment service will send it. I don't care. As long as I receive that, I'll process that. That's why stock service is not impacted at all. I only stopped the workflow service. I only stopped the shipment service. These are the two services I stopped because they are really correct. I need to do code changes in the shipment service only, right? I need to stop the stock and I need to do the change only when the shipment is completed. And I need to do the workflow. The only two services are impacted. Now let me run the two services, guys. Now let me run the two services. I didn't stop the other services, guys. Please see here. I will clear the console. Also, I'll clear the console. Sir, I only stopped workflow. I only stopped shipment. Remaining services are as it is. I only stopped workflow and I only stopped shipment. Remaining services are as it is. Yes or no? Now I will call the workflow system. Now we'll see the workflow system, guys. Is a change is impacted or not? Exchanges, payment exchange. Hey, why this is stock queue should be unbinded. One second. Actually it should be unbinded. We unbind it, right? Stock queue. Yeah, we unbind it. How come it is coming? One second, guys. Anywhere I wrote again. It's also not here. Somewhere else I wrote double time. It will take. It's also not here. It's also not here. Just I'm double checking whether I rewrote anywhere. Nowhere. Inside workflow only I wrote. By default. Whether Our stock exchange came, stock queue is binded. New exchange came, guys. New exchange came, but our payment exchange, right? It should have unbinded this. This should be unbinded. It should not have actual. Why? Small thing we have. Let me see the code clearly. Stock queue, email queue, SMS queue, shipment queue. I created two exchanges, payment exchange, stock exchange. Stock queue to the stock exchange only. And I removed stock queue from the exchange. Okay. Maybe once it is already there, it is not touching like that. It should do that. 1 second. Let me see. I remove that. I remove this. In the workflow system, I removed both the exchanges. Right. Okay, now let me run my workflow system. Let me run my workflow system. Fine. Port is in already use. Okay, workflow system is already running for me.
The service first.
Yeah. Just now I saw that. Yeah, I'm stopping. So workflow service. I'll run again. But it gives some clear cache, something a different error. Now my workflow service is created. Now we'll see the exchanges. Now you see payment exchange. Now email queue, SMS queue, shipment queue. These three are there. Whenever I say stock exchange, stock queue is there. We'll see. Actually, ideally it should update, sir. It should update this. Whenever I stopped it and it run it, it should update automatically. We'll see, but I'll explain that. Now you saw here, guys, as of now, email queue, SMS queue, shipment queue, one exchange, another exchange is stock exchange, only stock queue is there. Now let me run our one more service, right? Shipment service, I need to start it, right, guys? I need to start shipment service, right? Now all services are running, sir. I only stopped workflow. I only stopped shipment. I only stopped workflow. I only stopped shipment. Now everything I started, guys. My order service is running. Stock service is running. Email service is running. SMS service is running. Workflow service is running. Shipment service is running. All are running. Okay. Now, whenever I send message now, maybe I'll clear the previous messages, guys. Previous messages are there, right, guys? I'll clear the previous messages. Yeah, all the messages are cleared, guys. So All the messages are cleared here so that you will not have any further confusion here. Right. Now, sir, what happens, sir, if I hit this? Stock service should not be called, sir. Stock service should not be called at all. After shipment is done, it should call. Initially, it should not call. After shipment is done, it should call. Right? Got it right? So, what I'll do here, I will trigger this. Now you see here, guys. Successfully started shipment for the order ID. One by one, we'll see here. Email service. Successfully sent email to the customer. SMS service. It is sent. Workflow service. It is done. Shipment service. Successfully started the shipment for the order. And my stock service, it should send the data to stock service, right? Let me see here, queues. Email queue, SMS queue, stock queue. And stock service, it should call. After shipment service is done, successfully started shipment, it should send the message. Is it spelling is correct? Order dot get shipment status. Okay. Maybe we'll see here. I will stop the service. I will add here sysout. Sending the data to stock service. Sending the data to stock service. Order dot get shipment status is equal to shipped. Maybe dot equals ignore case. Maybe this might be missing here. Okay. Some change in the shipment service. And I will rerun. The shipment service I will rerun. Now, I'll clear the console. For everything, I'll clear the console. No change in the workflow. No change in the shipment. Yes. Now I'll change my data here. 102 vinod@gmail.com. Mobile number is 5555. That's it. I'm doing something. Now I will hit the data here. Now you saw stock update came. Automatically it came. So we'll see one by one. Successfully started shipment service for the order ID for the customer. Sending the data to stock service. I mean, previously double equal to shipped is there. It is somehow string comparison is having a problem. Something we added a code here. Otherwise, previously it didn't send actually. Now order service is sending. sorry, shipment service is sending the data to stock service. And after that, stock service is processed, successfully process the stock update for the product 102, for the order ID 102, for the product ID 2. Okay. And after that, SMS service, email service, stock service. All are invoked actually. Stock service is invoked, email service is invoked, SMS service is invoked, shipment service is invoked. I only stopped the workflow service as well as my shipment service. I didn't stop my order service. I have not at all stopped my order service. I have only changed in the shipment service. That's the only change I have done. Apart from that, nothing. Okay. Ideally, when I run this workflow service, I mean, it should update actually. It should update here. When I tested, it's updated actually. But somehow, if it is a cache is there, it will take care something like that. But ideally, it will update certain. There is no point here. It will automatically update and it will also create a new exchange here. That's a stock exchange where I'll do here. So this is what at a high level. Now it's questions time, guys. Okay. So first I will take the questions on this topic. Then I'll go to Devendra mentioned a example in the Google Classroom. I'll explain that. Okay. But before that, I want to get any questions on this exercise. Like on a loosely coupled architecture, removing the stock from the existing workflow and only stopping workflow service and only stopping shipment service without touching order service, without restarting, without doing any impact on the order service. A real event-driven architecture helping in real time, which is minimizes the business outages. That is the topic here. Any questions? I'll take it up now.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, let's suppose payment service emits its event to the exchange, and exchange is down at that moment. What will happen, sir?
By default, sir, exchange will never be down, sir, unless until you explicitly stop the Rabbit server. RabbitMQ server is shut down. Okay. So I mean to say that if my RabbitMQ is down, then only all things will be down. Okay. I don't have any possibility. It's a 0.000.1% of probability. Only one exchange will be down, will never be there, sir. Only the case is entire RabbitMQ is down. Something like that, sir. For example, let me keep RabbitMQ outside. Sir, I have a schema, sir. In a database schema, I have one table is down. Do we have the possibility, sir? My schema, I'm connecting my microservice to a schema, sir. Okay. In the schema, 10 tables are there, but one table is down. Do we have that possibility, sir?
Tables are not going to be down. Only server is going to be down.
Correct. Same here. Okay. Here also, server is RabbitMQ server. Every table is a workflow. Payment exchange is one table. Stock exchange is another table. Like that. So you will never, payment exchange will never be down. And you don't see that stopping. I mean, you don't see that stop binding also anywhere. If you see here in the exchanges, payment exchange, I can only bind or unbind. I can delete. You saw here, there is no case stop this binding. Like that, we don't have. Okay. If that is the case, then no one will trust this one.
Okay, sure. One more, sir. while registering microservices to the Eureka, only the publisher should be registered, or the consumer who, for the service consumers, those
It's a very
also
good
can be
question.
registered there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. So really, do we need to register? That's the point here now. Do we really need to register? Ideally, if at all, if you want to have health check, right? If the service is down, or if you want circuit breaker functionality, or you want security should be there, something like that. If you have any things are there, yes, you need to register. Ideally, okay. My intention is I am not calling them explicitly. Do I call them explicitly like this?
No.
So we don't really require. But if we register, nothing will happen. So that I will get a notification that service is down or service is up. Or if I want to configure any workflow with a resiliency or circuit breaker or gateway, if I want to do some things, right? Some functional is what I explained. If you want, you can register. Okay. Only I mean, these are strictly my intranet. No one will be called to my VPN, and purely this is secure, and no something like I have a firewall rules. Only a respect to IP addresses only will be allowed. In that case, you don't need to, but it all depends on. So these services are not directly called outside. These services are called through a rabbit or a workflow system. So we mean if you don't register, also no issues. If you register, some extra advantage. That's the point.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. One more question in the chat window. Interview purpose not providing any. Sir, whenever I speak, right, I'm telling, do you need to capture that notes? Actually, if you want, I can. I mean, every day interview. Generally, we'll talk, right? Okay. If you want that also, maybe you should tell me at the beginning. I should have captured actually. Maybe going forward, I'll capture, because my thing is only material is important. Maybe what I'll do is at the end of the course, in the meanwhile, I'll prepare the meanwhile and I'll share you. Interview related things, I'll share you, sir. Okay. Devendra, I mean, just like if you can give me the expectation at the beginning, right, sir, can you capture the interview question notes also? I might have captured at that time, but nothing is gone. I will start from now, and whatever things are done till now, I'll provide. Okay. Right. We know any other questions? We know the Chaitanya is there. Yeah. Any other question? Jai Sri. Okay. As of now, clear, guys. Let me ask here, as of now, any questions from anyone? I need to send the updated code, guys, because this code is only not having the latest code. Okay. I mean, not latest means the second workflow is not covered as part of this. Right. Now coming, if everything is good, I'll go back to whatever the Devendra shared. I'll go there. I'll go there. Right. Right. I will zoom it. So whenever purchase is done, which will go to order placement. Within order placement, I have 4 services, sir. I don't know whether 4 services, component, some functionality. Once order is placed, inventory, notification. Also payment, inventory, notification, and payment. Once payment is completed, fulfillment. Once again, fulfillment is completed. Notification. Once inventory is completed, replaced. Okay. So we need to create different workflows here. Same example we can reuse, but what I did here, all the things I added in workflow. No, you should not do this. First, you need to create first one. Once the purchase is done, okay, this should be placed into 3 sections. Okay, only first is payment. After, because I see the direction, once order is placed, it should go to payment, it should go to inventory, it should go to notification. These 3 things actually. Okay, so I need to create a first workflow. Order flow, payment queue I need to add it, inventory queue I need to add it, notification queue I need to add it. And I'll send the message to payment queue, I'll send the message to inventory queue, I'll send the notification to notification queue. The first flow. Then one more workflow, payment workflow I need to create it. Once the payment is completed, I need to create fulfillment, shipment, only shipment. In the payment, I need to create only shipment. That is the only one workflow. After that, nothing here. First workflow is this. Second workflow is this. Okay. And third workflow, shipment workflow. It should go to shipping queue. Again, it should go to notification queue. Shipment queue and notification. After that, once payment is, because inventory, I think this little bit problem here. I should not process the inventory immediately. I mean, because this diagram is telling process immediately. If the payment is have after confirmation of payment only, we need to do that. But as part of this diagram, inventory also should be updated. When inventory is updated, I'll make a warehouse and I'll do that. So workflow 1, workflow 2, workflow 3, workflow 4, workflow 5. 5 workflows I need to create it. I need to communicate. It is not a complex. Only writing the code is complex and understanding the flow is complex. But code is, once you created workflows, and as long as you send the messages, it will be easily broadcasted to all the queues here. Maybe I explained high level. If it is not clear, I will write it and I'll explain you. Any questions here? Devendra, do you have any questions here? Okay. I hope clear. Okay. Fine, sir. I will, okay. I mean, I'll forget actually, sorry. I'll send the code right now. Topic, event driven architecture with new change, like sending stock or updating stock only when shipment is shipped. Something like that. So let me go to the folder. Let me remove this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll write event driven part 2. Okay, sir. I'll share these notes and we'll share. Okay. Thanks everyone today. We'll meet tomorrow. Have a great day. Thank you.